Welcome back. A federal jury in Charlotte says Uber is liable for the inappropriate actions of one of their drivers that was committed against a North Carolina woman. The driver reportedly grabbed the passenger's thigh to stop her from leaving the front seat of his car. This case is all part of a broader group of sexual assault lawsuits filed against Uber all across the country.
Joining us again is our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes. Khalif, you look at this, the jury, let's see, they awarded $5,000. Lawyers, though, they say this case is a big deal. So with a small verdict like this, there's a much bigger picture and implication here, right?
Yeah, I mean, you got thousands of cases all across the country. This is only the second one. Arizona's, what was it, 8.5 million. So obviously a couple more zeros behind it. But they're looking at the structure and they're testing different arguments. And so, yeah, this is a win for them, not just on paper and not just from the jury. Yeah, the amount may be significantly smaller than the last one, but they were arguing that a couple things. They emphasized that, okay, you guys cannot make the argument, you as an Uber, that you're just some common carrier or that you're a technology company, but you'd have to deal with the same type of rules that are in place for a person that is vicariously liable for the actions of their employer or their employee. And so Uber attempting to distance themselves from the action of the driver, stating that they're an independent contractor, not an employee. The jury obviously didn't buy that, and that's why the attorneys are saying this is a significant win, because if we can win here and we can win in Arizona, we can win everywhere else in the country.
Mm-hmm.
We talked a lot about when we brought up this case last week, saying that, you know, Uber does do extensive background checks, right? And so that they shouldn't be responsible if they clear those background checks. How do you know what responsibility do you have if you cannot predict someone's actions, right? Even if you go through all the loops and hurdles for them to jump through and they clear it, how are you still responsible for that?
Yeah, I think that's a great question, and that's kind of what Uber is attempting to argue, is that there were no signs that this individual, we've done the background checks, they had no history of creating any type of, you know, assaults or anything in the past. They had well over 10,000 plus rides where there were no incidents. And so the standard is it reasonably foreseeable that this person can do something, and have we failed to protect our riders in that scenario? And the answer that the jury is saying is yes, you did. So even though you've done these background checks, you could have done more. And if you're holding yourself out there as a transportation provider, even though Uber says that they're not, then you have other requirements that should be in place to protect people that are in these vehicles, and you're failing to do that as well.
Khalif, a couple questions here. The judge presiding over this case, Judge Breyer, said that Uber is considered a common carrier, and that's what allowed them to be kind of pursued and saying you're liable for the actions of your driver. But Uber is also saying, and not only do they disagree with that, but they're also disagreeing with the way that the jury was instructed in terms of liability.
Yep.
Do they have any means here in terms of an appeal?
Yeah, that 100%. You laid it out. That is spot on, that the appeal would be an open opportunity for if there was an incorrect jury instruction. I mean, just like a criminal trial, if the jury instructions that are given out are inaccurate from the judge, then yes, you can, for the losing side, put as your appeal that the jury instructions were improper. So they didn't list what the improper jury instruction was, but I can say that if it was an instruction was improper on liability and the way that you get to liability or the manner that you're supposed to find liability, then yes, you can go back and there could be a new trial. But what I would say is that would not be the way that Uber would want to do this, because even if liability standard was not there, they could still go back and say that we didn't find them guilty on sexual assault, but we did find them guilty on battery. So the standard for battery is still there. Just what amount or what they would be liable for, I think is what they're arguing, and I think we'd still get to the same end result.
And Khalif, quickly, for riders that are watching this morning, is this ruling going to make it easier for future victims to hold rideshare companies accountable?
I think it definitely does. I mean, again, you got thousands of cases across the country where people are making allegations that they have been sexually assaulted while in these vehicles. What I do think it does is put the company on notice that rider, you're not alone in this scenario, that if you feel like you are unsafe, we're going to now have to step up our protections, both on the front end, we're doing the background checks, but also on the back end, ensuring that people are protected throughout this entire process, even while Uber's sitting there fighting these cases on the other side.
All right, our chief legal analyst, Khalif Rhodes, weighing in on that for us. Thank you.
Queen City News Plus. Just search Queen City News on your smart TV's app store.